What's going on YouTube? More motivation, back with another video. So today is going to be a reaction. Something on my feed came up saying Asian David Goggins. I definitely want to see what this is all about. So I'm not going to talk any longer, let's just get into the video. So the video is by Coach Craig. I definitely like your channel a lot. He has some good insight on a lot of things. So let's just get into the video. The video is 25 minutes long, so I'll fast forward the video so we don't have to sit through for 25 minutes. Let's try to learn something from it and take it and analyze and use it to be in better shape, in a healthy way, of course. Alright, let's get into it.
Thinking, hey, this motivated me, it inspired me, I was certainly motivated by this guy, but I don't want the viewers, close to 5 million people have already watched this video, to think, you know, the solution is just to run 12 miles a day, to perhaps do 3 to 5 hours of cardio. It's too much.
Yeah.
The Asian Goggins. Stuff they are, brother! And so if you want the motivation, you want to see that you can transform your life, this is the video for you. Bro starts off
184 pounds.
84 pounds, 27% body fat. And unlike Eddie Hall, he actually fits in the machine, and so we're going to say it's about right. No. Remember, Eddie Hall is one green screen fan away from starring as Shrek in a live-action reboot.
Eddie Hall trying to say he's not fat and is not obese. Okay, buddy. It doesn't mean you're not strong, but let's not kid ourselves here.
Losing weight is easy. At least that's what my doctor told me. He also told me I'm obese and pre-diabetic. I didn't say it, the doctor said it, and so stop the hate. I use scientific terminology, I'm sorry. Bro is obese. Just like when I said Eddie Hall was obese, this guy also obese. The only difference is Eddie Hall is morbidly obese. That means he's so overweight.
What's the number for obesity? I think it's 20%, right? Anything above 20% is obese. So he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Why do people get offended by everything? I'm getting tired of this culture that cannot take any kind of constructive critique for anything. We just have to be all sensitive, all crying about everything in the book. Anyways.
That is endangering his health. And are you surprised Bro is over 350 pounds? So for the next 100 days, I'm going to do the hardest workout I've ever heard of to see how much weight we can lose. On day 1, he copies David Goggins' workout and goes for a 12-mile run. Now, if you're not used to running, I don't suggest that you start out like this. Remember, this guy's an exception, and so I don't suggest that you go in and copy his workout. Yes, it definitely worked, but at what cost? 4 kilometers. And in a recent interview, he spoke to how he greatly regretted it. It only got about 1.5 million views. He says to this day, he still has knee pain from that very experience. And so progressive overload. That's right, train harder than last time. On day 1, you don't need to go for a 3-hour run, burning over 2,000 calories. A little goes a long way.
He's right.
You start easy, and slowly over time, you ramp things up. But Bro, he wants to go hard. Harder than last time.
Let me introduce you to a secret weapon. Massage gun, protein powder, and the greatest recovery item,
Turk Builder and GO2 Max. I kid. Imagine if you would have had Turk Builder and GO2 Max. Bro, literally, it's the cheat code. Bro, next year when you get Turk Builder Max and GO2 Max, you won't believe the difference it will make. Code Greg, 15% off.
but on day 5, as I weighed myself, I realized I was
Make a
losing
sales.
over a pound a day.
And he's already lost 6 pounds in 5 days. Now remember, it's not all fat. When you first start a diet, a lot of the weight is going to be water. Just because you see...
Yeah, that's facts, man. And a lot of the things I tell my clients is your weight will fluctuate throughout the week. So if you're weighing yourself multiple times a day and trying to get closure to make sure that you're losing weight, it's a losing battle, because you should look at it from this standpoint. You should look at it from averages. So one day it could be, let's say I'm 200 pounds and my goal is to get down to 190, right? And let's say I'm a couple of weeks into the journey and I lost 5 pounds. So one day it could say I'm 195, another day it could say I'm 197, another day it will say 199. A lot of people allow that to get them to panic and not realize that weight fluctuates. You know what I mean? So it's all a journey, and it's something that you shouldn't... I don't know what that is. Excuse me. It's a journey, like I said, and it's not something that will come quickly. So trust the process and don't stress yourself out with that number on the scale. My bad for that, folks. Anyways, let's get back into it.
see the weight fall down immediately doesn't mean it's going to keep going. Eventually, you're going to see a plateau, or perhaps the weight will go up. Remember, losing weight is like the stock market. Some days it's going to go up, some days it's going to go down. But as long as you're training downwards, everything is going well.
I feel like my entire right leg all around the shin splints, even on the back.
And another thing I'll mention too about weight loss, if you have a high amount of body fat, your body fat percentage is over 20, that weight loss will be quick because you have more water weight and you have more body fat. But the leaner you get, the harder it's going to be and the slower it's going to be.
The back. After another mile, my leg was in the worst pain it's been in. I could barely walk.
These are not things you want to hear when you embark on your fitness journey. Now remember, it works for him, but not everyone. Perhaps 1 in 1,000 are going to be successful, and so don't copy this workout. But use it as motivation to say, can you perhaps do half? Imagine if Bro had just done half. I'm certain he could have got to the same place.
I was only able to finish 7 days. It's kind of depressing. The only thing that cheered me up was the cheat meal. This was honestly the most pathetic I felt in a while.
Yo, I don't just have to run every day. Why not go for a swim? Think of it. Why not mix things up? You don't have to keep doing the exact same thing. If you hurt yourself in one way and you can't do what you're doing, pivot, change directions. For example, think of it. You hurt your shoulder, you hurt your elbow, you break a leg, whatever. That doesn't mean you have to stop everything that you're doing. Life is going to continuously throw curveballs. You just have to learn how to hit it out of the park.
But while I was eating my Chick-fil-A meal,
You're speaking facts there. Like, I used to play sports back in the day, basketball, boxing, all these different extracurricular activities. And a common thing is injuries. So you have to find a way to still be active, still do things outside of what you need that was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's speaking facts. Yeah, life is going to happen. Obstacles are going to come your way. You find a way around it. You keep remaining active no matter what. You slow down, but you don't stop.
I saw this David Goggins video.
When the obstacle gets in front of you, don't stop. And so he says, yep, I'm going to do it, goes for it, and makes it worse.
I need that worse, yay.
This is the reality of the world. But I'm telling you, you don't have to just set your eyes on one path. Your goal is to do cardio. Does it have to be running? Does it have to be swimming? Does it have to be bike riding? No, it can be whatever you want. If your goal is to be in shape, to be fit, you don't have to specifically do what your program tells you. If you decided to be a runner and you injure your ankle, you can't run, does that mean you sit your ass on the couch and give up? Of course not. Do whatever you can do.
I put myself on a strict diet. That meant no more cheat meals, no junk food, no sodas. I started counting every calorie.
That's not the way.
I'm trying to stay calm. I can't take it anymore. Oh, I have to measure the weight of my freaking tomatoes. When you're losing that much weight, when you're doing this much cardio, you don't have to go on a bikini girl diet. It's not good. It's not healthy. You can do so much better.
This meal had to make me somewhat full because I usually have insane cravings.
Bruh. You never need to get to the point you're weighing your vegetables. Come on. Vegetables are the least caloric dense foods out there. It does get lower than that. Just him doing activity every day will be enough for him to lose weight. His body fat percentage is very high. He has quite a bit of weight. So he's going to lose weight. He doesn't need to go to such an extreme. Doesn't need that much.
Cravings at night.
He's hungry. He's rarely full. He has insane cravings at night. But he's lost 20 pounds in the first month. And so it takes 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. If he had added 500 calories per day to his diet, the grand difference would have been approximately 4 pounds less fat loss in the first month. And so instead of losing 20 pounds, which is excessive, he would have lost 16 and had a much easier time in doing so. He would have had more energy to provide fuel for his workouts, which would have allowed him to train harder, recover better. But no, I need to starve myself. I need to break records when I lose weight. Everyone wants it now. Think of it. Bro is 30. It took him to the age of 30 to gain all this weight. Why does he need to lose all of it and then some in a matter of 100 days? Yeah. Take your time.
I finally recovered.
That's a fact, man. Just like losing weight takes a while. Gaining it took a while too. A lifetime of habits form what you see before us. So it's not going to take like a huge fraction of that time for you to lose that. You know what I mean? So you got to, it's give and take 50-50. It's both ways.
Recovered on day 20 and I joined a run club.
Running clubs, that's the new Mingle or Tinder or Bumble, whatever you call these apps. Running clubs, an excellent place to date your sweetheart. Remember, bro's already got a girlfriend. He doesn't need it. He's actually going there for the running.
On the run, I heard. Let's slow that down.
So he hasn't trained long enough, hard enough to be considered Asian Goggins. So it's time to pick up the pace. You thought he was going harder than last time at the start of the challenge? That ain't nothing.
I signed up for my first race. This is the distance of a typical marathon. In Los Angeles, it goes
That's
from one side
far.
of the city to the other. Anything above this is called an ultra marathon.
And so my first race, let it be an ultra marathon. Let's run 50 kilometers over 30 miles through the desert.
When I first started, I barely even survived doing 5-6 miles. I never imagined.
Damn.
My body can just keep going and pushing like this.
His mile pace is 13 minutes per mile. He almost got last place, and it took him over 7 hours. But one thing I want you to understand is this. He actually has way above average genetics. If you took 1,000 people and asked them to train for a month and to do this, Bro would beat most of them. This is still very impressive. And so although he's obese, yes, he clearly still has amazing genetics. And I know you're thinking, why throw out amazing genetics? Did you know that a year before this, without any training whatsoever, without 1 day of practice, he did a half Ironman? His friend who'd been training it for a year, he tried it with him. He got pulled out of the water. He couldn't even finish. And no, I'm not talking about Eddie Hall finishing on Eddie Abu's stomach. What did he say?
We finished 1 month of this challenge. My waist is now 32.5 inches from 38 inches, and my weight is 163.9 pounds.
And so please, don't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
You might be thinking, hey, this motivated me, it inspired me. I was certainly motivated by this guy. But I don't want the viewers, close to 5 million people have already watched this video, to think, the solution is just to run 12 miles a day, to practice 25 hours.
Please don't do that.
It's too much. Less is more. Start out easy, and slowly over time, add more and more volume intensity to your workouts.
I'm almost a third of the way.
Yeah, progressive overload. You have to do it. Do what you can do and expand on it. Don't see what someone else is doing like this and say, yeah, okay, I'm going to run a marathon now. I'm going to do what David Goggins does. No. You have a certain level, stick there, but try to do better than that level, but slightly. And then keep doing that to the point you look back and you see how far you've come. You don't look at someone else and try to measure yourself up to them. Like, that's a losing battle.
Way there. And when I weighed myself the next day, I weighed more than the day before. I gained weight after running 30 miles. Is this what people call the plateau?
You're not going to lose weight every day. There's going to be days where you're bloated, perhaps you have inflammation, some swelling, you're overly hydrated. In comparison to the day before, perhaps you were dehydrated. And so just because that occurs, it doesn't mean it's time to suddenly throw in the towel. Or as he does, increase the cardio and decrease the calories. I'm not making this shit up. He literally has days where he eats nothing. He's so obsessed with having the scale weight go down that he'll stop at nothing to ensure that it happens. This is not healthy.
I can definitely speak on this from experience with training a lot of women clients. I try to get them to not look at that scale. It can be such the enemy. Fixating on that number going down, thinking that dropping more calories will solve the problem, training more, not eating even, training multiple times a day. It's just cortisol going up, and the weight is just going to keep going up too. So it's a losing battle. Go by averages. Weigh yourself once a week or a couple of times at the most. And stick to the plan. Trust that it will work, and it will. Weight fluctuates, like you said. Stress, water levels, carbs that you're eating, sodium, water retention. So many things affect weight. So many things.
It's not recommended, and although he's going to say, yeah, well, Goggins says people are going to judge you. Remember, doctors, his girlfriends, friends, and so on say, perhaps you should take a day of rest. Rest. You don't understand me. I don't need any rest. Well, what if you do? What if you do permanent damage to your body and you can never run again? What if you become, and I don't dare say the word that rhymes with lexic, that word where you develop body dysmorphia and you think you're fat and you compare yourself to other people and you always feel like garbage? I don't want you to go through that. So many people do. He's doing way more than he needs to. And I get it. He's trying to be famous on YouTube. He's trying to become the Asian Goggins, and so it's working for him.
Well, I'm sick and tired of the generation, man. Everything's about being famous. Like, we need to redirect our focus on what matters. Are you on social media to provide information, provide resources for people to use in their lives, or are you on here just for people to sort of give you the validation you didn't really get? Do you feel emptiness that you're looking for it from social media? What he's doing is definitely an inspiration, but I'm speaking like as a whole. Like, there has to be a better reason for wanting to be famous. You know what I mean? Anyways, just watch what he's saying.
Bravo! It's impressive, it is. But the message shouldn't be to copy this guy. Use him as inspiration, perhaps that day when you don't want to go to the gym just because you're tired. But if you break your ankle, you have something medically wrong with you, don't just keep going on top of it. Keep pushing. Change it up. Mix it up.
I weighed myself one last time before I went to bed. Honestly, I probably weighed myself 10 times today.
And so what you need to do, and I do this with all my clients, you take your median weight. That's the middle number.
Yeah.
Say you weigh yourself 5 or maybe it's 7 times a week, you never forget. You cross out the 2 high days, the 2 low days, or perhaps the 3 high, 3 low, and you circle that middle number. That is your median. Some people call it average. It's not quite the same thing. You take that middle number. That is your weight.
For me, honestly, I tell my clients to weigh themselves once a week. Once a week. The more you go on that scale, it just messes with your head. It does. For anybody. When you get paid, do not leave all your money in the cart or you'll spend it. As a person, we are really bad when it comes to temptation. So reduce the opportunities. Reduce the opportunities. So from the standpoint of the scale, once a week I get up to check. That way, your number is more accurate if you do everything I told you to do.
You compare that week to week. If it's not going down, then you can make changes. But day-to-day changes,
Work for 8 hours a day. I work out for at least 3 hours. I'd also film and edit daily fitness update videos. That's a 4 hours.
but we're not even halfway through the video. Later on, he some days is doing 8 hours cardio. I don't know when he has time
8
for
hours.
sexy time, for just doing normal activities. When is he exactly watching Coach Greg?
Finally, all the running is paying off.
Crazy,
Averaging
man.
30 to 15 minutes per mile. Now, under 8 minutes.
And so remember I said he had amazing genetics? He went from running 13-minute miles to in 50 days, he's now running under 8-minute miles. I used to be a competitive triathlete, and if you can consistently run miles under 8 for extended periods of times, you're a runner.
They want to be more conservative. So I work out 3 times a week.
I don't know why he's telling me his workout routine. I already have mine.
Bro's funny though. I don't know why the doctor's telling me his workout routine. I already got mine. So he's saying, look, I measured your body fat. It's dropping exponentially. You're eating 1,500 calories a day on average, and some days you skip eating. I'm concerned for your health. You've got sprained ankles, swollen knees. You've got inflammation. You've got pitting edema. I think you should take a rest day. Yeah, I don't care. Listen, medical professionals are just trying to help you. And sometimes things can get worse. I literally have coached an athlete. I'm coaching her right now, and she had very serious shin splints. She didn't want to stop running. This then led to having stress fractures and eventually chronic compartment syndrome. There's a statement known as no pain, no gain. But if it's an injury and you don't pivot, don't do something slightly different, you can make it worse. And then that person had to spend about 6 months doing nothing. No running whatsoever. And to this day, has difficulties every time she goes for a long run.
I'm actually really excited to see my results, to see what David Goggins' workout has done to my body already.
And so remember, on top of all this running, he's still lifting weights. I did squats 2 days ago. I did 2 hard sets and 8 repetitions, and they weren't even that hard. I had probably 3 reps in the tank. I'm still walking with a limp. My hamstrings are so freaking sore, it's unbelievable. And so when you do hour plus cardio a day like I'm doing, and you lift weights as an extra, it's very hard. Bro is doing this every single day.
You should rest at least one day.
In fact, my doctor said I'm not fat in any category.
Imagine if we replaced the word rest with sexy time. What would you...
You should listen to her, man. You should listen to her. Short term, we'll see where this goes, but long term, it cannot be a good plan.
Well, think.
People DM me when they rest. Mom and dad ask me when they rest. People I barely talk to anymore ask me. Emily asks me every day. Why is everyone so obsessed with this?
Bro, it ain't a problem. See, from my vantage point, everyone asking you to rest, take a sexy time.
We're at an event of like-minded people like me. People that understand that they don't need rest. People that are tough.
There's a fine line between tough and being a moron. For example,
Okay, stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. Being stupid is not tough. Stop it.
you have a stress fracture, and if you keep running, it's going to make it worse, and then you won't be able to run for 6 months straight. Yeah, you're tough, but you're also an idiot.
Just rest one day.
This question again. Let's go back to day 54 when I was first told to rest. A little over 2.5 weeks later, I lost almost another 20 pounds.
It's not healthy. And when you're losing your muscles because you're refusing to eat,
Yeah.
you're bordering on that word that rhymes with rexic. You see where I'm going?
It's definitely a condition, like body dysmorphic issues. Like it's a real problem, folks. It's a real thing. Like if you come to fitness space, just be wary of that, and don't look on social media and compare yourself to other people. Because the more you do that, the more likely you'll get to a point you're doing extreme things to get results that other people have to measure yourself up to them, including PEDs, Ozempic, any sort of shortcut to look like your favorite person, extreme workout regimes like that. So be wary. Be truly wary.
Going. And so you can't just do this without expecting other people to question. Would all the people who weigh 70 pounds or less in this world just say, hey, you just don't understand me. I'm just tougher than you. I don't need to eat.
Yeah.
I'll do 5 hours of cardio a day. I'll eat perhaps once or twice a week. So what? So what if I lost 40 pounds in whatever couple months? That's no big deal. You think that's the message I want to send to the world? And so although he's an inspiration, he's inspiring, he's a hard worker, I don't want you to copy this diet. The diet of 1,500 calories a day, doing 3 to 8 hours of cardio, and on top of that, having days he doesn't even eat if his weight isn't going down. It's a slippery slope.
But the biggest thing she was scared of was that I was so obsessed with being tough.
So what's his motive? Is he trying to be able to run more, or is he trying to just lose weight? Because you're already accomplishing your goal, man. So what's the point of making it so extreme that your body is breaking down? Seriously. If I know I'm progressing in the goal that I'm setting, that's enough. The speed does not matter. You try and get it faster. That's a problem.
I was so obsessed with seeing the number go down. A lot of the days, I didn't eat.
And so we have a concerned girlfriend, and so she should be. You know, you're so obsessed with having the scale weight eating or exercise routine. Don't just think they don't understand me. I'm the Goggins of whatever. They might actually be concerned. So, for example, when Toby's gambling all hours of the night, doing recreational drugs, steroids, and so on, and somebody says, you know, I'm concerned, you should probably think, is there a reason for that? Why are so many people saying this? Do they just not understand me, or do I maybe not understand myself?
Look, you're not actually going to get anything done by watching another YouTube video. In fact, you're literally only procrastinating more. What you need is something I like to call a GYST. That stands for Get Your Together Week. Because, let's face it, you need to. All right, so what does it actually look like to dedicate an entire week to just tackling everything that we've procrastinated in one fell swoop? It means finances, folding laundry, calling your mom back, personal projects, you name it.
Life with chores, then you're sleeping. Ask yourself, do you need to? Do you really need to be that tough? Why do you need to be that tough? Is there something wrong with your ego? Are you not man enough, woman enough, and so on? You don't need this.
So when Emily asked me to rest, which way did I come from? That's what she meant.
And remember, rest is sexy time. How much sexy time do you think this man is getting losing 40 pounds this quickly? Hardly eating.
Damn. 26-inch waist now. 9% body fat. Let's see. 27 before, 38 before, 184 pounds before. Goodness, almost 40 pounds, man. That's insane. That's insane. I wish there was a timestamp.
Eating anything. What do you think?
Oh, there was. My bad. So 100 days. Wow. Just over 3 months.
The levels are. Remember, if you're doing massive amounts of cardio on a restricted diet, your testosterone levels are likely going lower than last time. And so why not pick up G-Test? Your doctor will review your...
More weeks for the challenge, and I still don't feel tough.
He's a couple weeks left. He still doesn't feel tough. I mean, after all, he's doing 8 hours of cardio on some days, sleeping 4. It's not enough. I mean, I need to meet David Goggins so he can tell me how to be tough. I feel like you're tough. I feel like I'm tough. I mean, I'm what? Doing an app.
All this social media thing just drives me crazy, man.
Hour to an hour and a half bike rides done.
I think I'm at a 26-inch waist.
And so while pulling the waist tummy tight, he's getting the 26-inch waist. See, that's how it starts. You put the waist loosely, then you keep pulling it tighter and tighter and tighter, and you say, oh, look at the gains I've made. I have a 26-inch waist. It's not 26 inches.
I noticed that too. You notice how you're pulling it tighter? Oh my goodness.
2, sign up for our next race. Ironman. I can't believe I actually registered. Got $1,000.
And so he's now signed up for an Ironman, and why is he doing this? To prove that fat slob, slow kid, whatever, that isn't actually him. That he can do it.
The person who was obese and pre-diabetic.
And so why did he do that? Prove himself. And prove to himself he did.
I'm running away as far as I can from this person. I bet you don't understand that.
Of course we understand that. I think everyone can.
This guy, I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of you guys, man. Whatever. Just keep
You can understand it. You hate the reflection you have in the mirror. I don't like that lazy person, the person that doesn't try, that's just going through life. I am. Not I might, maybe, starting on Monday. No, starting right now. And do you have to do an Ironman to prove this? I don't think so. What could you do? Get up off of your freaking ass when you're done watching this video and go for a walk. Put the fork or spoon down the next time you want to eat seconds. You don't need that. That ain't you. You become this way because society has deemed it to be okay. Fat or losers. Which do you want to choose your heart? To me, it's hard to be a loser. It's hard to not do the things that I know I should be doing. And so just do them. It's going to be hard either way. Why not choose the hard that makes your life that much better? We ended up with your life. You not only have to enjoy it, you have to love it. Almost anyone can do a 30-day transformation. 75 hard. 100 days, going to do an Ironman. Yeah.
You know, I never did that silly challenge because it's a trend. It's a trend, man. If you started from day one and didn't stop, you will make progress in the next 40 years. Okay? Think long term. Stop thinking about these 75 days, 90 days, 2 weeks. These short challenges that's supposed to get you quick results. Stop it. Think long term. This is about longevity and sustainability.
Yeah, it's impressive that you did that. Absolutely. This is very impressive. But you know what's more impressive? Consistency for life. I'm 49.
Yes. Are you going to keep doing that? Is this guy going to keep doing this now? Because now that you're in, you're in. So are you going to stop? Are you going to stop doing this routine? That's another thing. Do something you know you can do forever.
Been doing this since I was 10. I love it. Do you think it's challenging for me to say, I'm going to go and do a bike race today? To work out, to eat healthy? Do you think any of this is hard for me? It's so freaking easy. Do you know what would be hard for me? To not do it. I love working out. That is why I became a physical education teacher. I wanted to share my passion of working out to the world. I wanted all of you to enjoy physical activity the way I do. Biking, lifting weights, yoga, dancing, or even CrossFit. Love it. And do something else. Keep things interesting. Do you think I do the same activities my entire life? I first started, I was playing team sports. Loved it. Triathlons, competed in biking, running, swimming, all of it. Transitioned into powerlifting, bodybuilding, switched back into bike riding, doing yoga, playing pickleball, having fun. You need to do an Ironman, an ultra Ironman, and so on. He just needs to enjoy moving. Whatever makes him happy. If he enjoys training 5 to 8 hours a day, do it. I'm happy for you. But what I don't want to see is that you think you need to starve yourself to skip eating on certain days because your weight didn't go down. I don't.
I'm dedicated to you. Thanks for being so tough when I was too busy running.
And you know who's the Iron Woman in all this? His girlfriend.
Man, I'm tired of this word, man. Tough. Like, stop it. The people that are tough are the veterans that died for us in war, so that we have a peaceful country. Like, shut up, all of you. Shut up. Like, this word tough, you throw it around like it's just, and like, stop it. It's a vocal filler at this point. Stop it.
She's had to sit back and watch this man. Barely takes a toll on
Stop
your relationships. You have to have balance. Balance is not about being obsessed. If you
For me, whether I at the time wanted to be a part of it or not, my family and friends that always supported me, you all for watching.
And so his end results, he loses almost 40 pounds, 39 pounds. And he reduces body fat to 9%. And let's do some quick math that clearly is going to go over Eddie Hall's Shrek-looking head.
That's
and so
props.
starting lean body mass, 134.4 pounds. That's what he weighs with no fat on his body whatsoever. Are you with me, Eddie Shrek? And his finishing weight, 131.95. And so he has about 2.5 lean pounds less body mass at the end than when he started. But remember,
Wow.
it's always going to look like this. When you go on a diet like this, you're losing a lot of water weight. The DEXA it doesn't know that it's not actually losing lean and muscle tissue. It's calculating the food, the glycogen, all that's in your body. And so technically, he's lost 2.5 pounds of muscle. But remember, imagine how much he would have lost had he not been lifting weights. He was starving himself. He was going sometimes days without eating. He certainly could have ended at a higher finishing point and had far more muscle if he would have used progressive overload and trained smarter than last time. And so although it worked, I do believe he has amazing genetics for cardiovascular ability, for resilience, for dedication. Not everyone could do this challenge. In fact, almost no one could. And so Eddie Hall, you get it now why I can say he's lost 2.5 pounds of muscle, how the math checks out because it's just simple math that you learn in grade 9. But when Eddie was young, he was too busy taking steroids to have learned how to do some math.
That's nothing I'm against, man. Performance, I said that at the start of the video. I'm just against it. Against it, man. The only thing I put in my system is alcohol, and that I didn't touch in like what, 5 years now. So yeah, I'm just not for all these things, man. Supplements, at the worst. Supplements, at the worst. And I know a lot of supplements are useful because in our diets it's hard to get everything. You know what I mean? But I'm just against all that. All that. Call me what you want to call me.
And so if you're not as dedicated to this, man, perhaps you need extra motivation, you can, of course, use Turk Builder Max as well as GO2 Max. Pick up the T-Plugs, link in description. I've got a brand new...
So I'm going to stop there, folks. So we're going to... What's happening here? Interesting video, though. So, folks, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for reacting with me. I hope the biggest takeaway of that video is not to compare yourself to other people. Trust the process. Think about longevity and sustainability. You don't need to do extreme things to get results. That's with what you put in your body, and that's what the activities you're doing as far as like the type of workouts, and also not getting to a point you need like BBLs and heart surgeries and things like that. You don't need all that, okay, folks? And another thing I'll mention is it is an inspiration to see someone lose almost 40 pounds in 100 days. That's impressive. But the only negative thing I'll say about this is it's sort of an unhealthy approach. It's an unhealthy approach. So don't look at it and think you can do it or try to do it. Think longevity, long term. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and stay tuned for more videos. May God bless you, and I'll see you next video.